Okay, so you have Randy Moss. Uh, guy got in a lot of trouble in high school. Um, Definitely a swirler. Like he was in a long term relationship with a Becky. Like for a whole time Randy Moss was catching on the touchdowns, he was going home to a Becky. I mean, who not that hot. Let's just put it like that. She's not hot. Um, and that's his business. However, the other day, because of John Gruden's 10-year-old emails that resurfaced, Randy Moss decided that he needed to have a, emotional meltdown. He needed to, you know, unload, emotionally unload, and, just have a good cry. It wasn't an ugly cry. I thought it was going to be an ugly cry, but it turned out to just be like a normal cry. But again, like I say with all these things, every time we see this, if Randy Moss is going to cry on national TV over some guy who he really doesn't know like that, 10-year-old emails, what does Randy Moss do when someone close to him passes away? What does Randy Moss do when there's a huge event, a tragedy in his family? Because he just sobbed on national TV over a random, because John Gruden's random to him, a random Glacier Gliders 10-year-old tweet about another guy's lips. So, Randy, if I'm in Randy's family, I'm looking at Randy like, yo, bro, we was just at Uncle Nick funeral and you ain't shed one tear. And Uncle Nick used to play catch with you. He was the one got you involved in football. Used to come to your games and all that, man. You ain't shed one tear at Uncle Nick funeral. You was trying to be strong for the family. But this random glacier glider to you says something about some other brother's lips in a 10-year-old tweet. And you start sobbing on national TV. So that's the first one Randy got some explaining to do to his family. I know they all looking at him like, yo, you better jump in the casket or something happened. Randy better just jump on the casket. Take me with you. I mean, what can he do to top that? So, secondly, I wanted to get into this too. Jason Whitlock is probably the second most acclaimed, established, good Sun man journalist in the sports world over the last 30, 40 years. I won't put him up there with Michael Wilbon, but I will put him second to Michael Wilbon to me. I grew up in D.C., of course, so, and I had to read. My mother made me read, so I always read the sports page, the columns, Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon when I was growing up in the 80s. This is before social media and whatnot. So I grew up on their columns. And over the years, I still read columns and whatnot. I think Jason Whitlock is second behind Michael Wilbon. And there's a lot of good brothers that do that stuff, that do sports journalism. A lot of them. But I would put, as far as importance, as far as successfulness, having their own shows and whatnot, and just keeping it real, I would give him second to Michael Wilbon. So Jason Whitlock, very, 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 very established, very, very credible, very, very, venerated journalist. We're not talking about some hack who's got his own blog. You know what I'm saying? We talk about a dude who had his own show on like 4 different networks throughout the years. We're not talking about, somebody who write for, themselves and just, blew up on Instagram or something. We talking about like years and years. So Randy Moss being now, he's a talking head at ESPN. And Jason, of course, criticized them about sobbing on national TV over the words of a glacier glider. How some people do. Some random Karen in Walmart in Iowa can curse out a sister cashier. And if somebody catch it on their cell phone camera and upload it to the internet, we got to have a conversation on race in this country. Nothing's changed since 1860s. So they're very emotional about that, They hang on the words and the thoughts of a toothless trucker in Idaho could be recorded over his dispatch, over his walkie-talkie, cussing out a black dispatcher. And if somebody uploaded online, it's going to be, this is what I thought we were past this. So it's Randy did what some people do. It's not surprising, but Jason called him out on it. And being that Jason called him out on it, Randy came back and said he wanted to fight. So my thing is, I was like, hold on, wait a second. John Gruden made you cry, or he incurred emotions in you. He stirred your emotions to the point where you sobbed on national TV. Jason called you out on that, and now you want to fight. And I say this is the reason there's so much violence in Blackistan. Men like Randy Moss. Because now we know that Sun teens and Sun men criminals target glacier gliders all the time for crime. And they're killed in commission of crimes a lot by Sun men. We know that. I'm not talking about that because everybody gets killed in the commission of crimes by Sun men. But when it comes to just interpersonal situations, Sun men will kill you over they'll kill each other over a parking space. They'll kill each other over a stick of gum. They'll kill each other over Alabama. Who's better, Alabama or Texas A&M? They'll kill each other over anything. Okay? They don't like each other. They're very quick-tempered and quick-triggered with each other. A glacier glider say something, you go cry. Or you snitch to the media. You whine to his boss. You go get Sharpton and Crump and stand at a podium and try to tell the whole world how this glacier glider said something you didn't like. A brother, you call your boys, you get in a tinted out car, and you pull up and spray his house. And I'm not joking, that's how it goes. Or in Randy Moss's case, you call the guy out for a fight. Now this is a legend. This is like me. This is like some player asking Michael Wilbon to fight. Or this is like a glacier glider player calling out Tony Kornheiser for a fade. Or asking Ed Werder or Sal Palantonio to meet him in an alley somewhere. You just don't see that the other way. They don't solve their issues like that. You think they ain't glacier glider athletes that don't like things that glacier glider reporters say, but they don't handle it like that. This is a recurring thing at ESPN. A few weeks ago, I did the video. I put the link in the description. You guys didn't see it because it was on my other channel, Ock Nation Gold. That's the fourth channel. You guys didn't know I'd be putting videos over there, but I put a link in the description box to that one. Ryan Clark, who I think is a fantastic on-air personality. I love the guy on air, but he's gone down this woke train, and him and Marcellus Wiley from Fox Sports had a Twitter, debate over Sha'Carri Richardson, which ended in Ryan Clark threatening to harm Marcellus Wiley. So this is the second time in about a month that a Sunman ESPN sports personality has threatened another either TV personality, or in this case, Jason Whitlock, TV personality and journalist, to a fight. Okay? Something needs to be done at ESPN. ESPN needs to get a wrap on this. I say Randy Moss needs to be fired. I know they won't do that, but they at least need to suspend him. This is totally unacceptable if you believe in equality. There's no way Teddy Bruschi, Jeff Saturday, who I love Jeff Saturday, he's one of my favorites. Mark Schlereth, I don't think he's there anymore. Mark Schlereth was real good. I miss him, but it's no way Dan Orlovsky, I'm trying to think of the ones that are still there now. Jeff Saturday could go online in a public forum and threaten harm to a reporter or personality from another station without it being serious repercussions. And everyone knows that. But here's the soft bigotry of low expectations. Well, that's just what brothers do. I mean, that's how they act, man. That's what they do, man. Whatever, man. Like Randy can come in listening to rap music. Some guy pontificating about murdering and killing people, shooting up people's houses. All types of graphic imagery about, women and escapades with women. And everybody's like, well, that's their music. That's what they do. One of the glacier glider personalities there, I mean, he got to watch his word, every word he says when he's talking to a woman or about a woman. In private conversations and in emails. You can't tell me that if that email was a Sunman coach talking about a glacier glider executive and how thin his lips was. He got lips like toothpicks. And even more, because remember, some people can't be racist. So he could have said even more about the guy's character, whatnot. There would have been no way that he would have had to resign or lost his job. We're held to a different standard, a lower standard. We know we think that glacier gliders are better than us. So we hold them to a high standard. Glacier glider men, we're like, well, and glacier glider men could be talking for 3 hours. And at the 1 hour and 36 minute and 17-second mark, you didn't connect correctly, nail the tone and the pronouns of the point you were trying to make. It wasn't a perfect 10 dismount from the East German judge. So, you racist. You're a bigot. Just like John Gruden. They're talking about John Gruden, how he feels about Sun people. Because he talked about that one guy's lips. Now, I got bigger lips than anybody. I got soup coolers, man. I don't mind. But still. Like, I didn't even take offense to that. He was talking about that guy. He wasn't talking about all of us. I never to a second thought that he was talking about everybody. I didn't take it like that. I just didn't. He was talking about Morris Smith in a private conversation. And even in a private conversation, glacier glider men are held to a high standard. And if you don't believe me, just watch the future. Watch how these Sunmen personalities on TV and in sports, the stuff they get away with. That, could you imagine? Look at, and I'm not here to pick on Kareem Hunt because I like the brothers he's a great player. I mean, he's very hard to bring down. He's like a mini beast mode. But there was a video of him kicking a glacier glider woman while she was on the ground during a fight. And there was a big melee and whatnot. I get it. But she's on the ground. He's kicking her. Could you imagine if Christian McCaffrey had been recorded kicking his sister while she was on the ground? I mean, let's just think about it, man. You guys don't know this. We had an ex-player. He used to play for the 49ers and the Jets, Phillip Adams. He was a cornerback. And a few months ago, he killed 6 people in a murdering spree, a mass shooting. This is a guy who bounced around the NFL. This ain't like a guy who just had a cup of coffee. This is a guy who bounced around the league for a while. He killed 6 people in a mass shooting, including his doctor, his doctor's wife, and his doctor's grandchildren. He kicked down their door after he killed 2 people. He kicked down their door, went in the house, killed the doctor's wife, and the grandchildren, execution style. And no one covered it. All these people he killed were glacier gliders. He killed all glacier gliders. He killed 2 guys that just happened to be at the house working on the air conditioning system. Wrong place, wrong time. He whacked the guys that was putting in the new air conditioning system at the doctor's house. Killed them. This guy killed 6 glacier gliders in like an hour. He just went on the guy's property. The guy had a little bit of land and just plucked down everybody he saw. And then finally, the doctor was barricaded in the house with his kids, grandchildren. There, and they're terrified. And grandmother, he kicks in the door and executes them one by one. Didn't hear people about it. And then after that, you had to. I did a story on. I did a video on. I put the video in link in the description box. But the doctor's son. Think about this. The doctor's son lost his parents and both of his kids in that one incident. So if you say a prayer for that guy, this happened a few months ago. If you don't believe me, I'm putting a link in the description box to my video I did on it. No one covered it. 6 brutally executed. Not a word about it. But John Gruden email from 10 years ago, we got to have a national conversation on race. And this proves that we haven't, nothing's changed since the 1860s and everybody's racist and this. They're held to a higher standard by everyone, including us. Get in the comment section, hit the like button. Tell me if you think I need to start doing the sports live streams on my other channel. I'll set aside a channel for that. We'll do that over there. But get in the comment section, man. Tell me what you think. Peace.